Skyline, the district's digital, standards-aligned, and culturally responsive curriculum was developed in order to provide teachers and students with the high-quality resources they deserve. This school year, thousands of teachers and tens of thousands of students across our city have been using Skyline courses.
Providing a pathway to do really great teaching, that's already built into the Skyline curriculum. And that means a lot to me, not just as a teacher, but as someone who is sort of encouraging other teachers to give it a try. I think that's really important, that you can trust that it's going to help you do a great job. It's not going to get in the way of you doing a great job.
I think the biggest benefit for my students using Skyline this year has been the opportunity to engage in the authentic text around the standards that they're responsible for learning.
They incorporate videos, they incorporate different articles online, and the text is absolutely spectacular because CPS has been talking about windows and mirrors in literature for a number of years now, and they made it come true with this curriculum. They can see, our students can see themselves in the text, in various texts. They can see their classmates in the text. They can see cultures that they have no idea about in this text. And it's such rich, rich literature.
I have one particularly fond memory of our fourth graders debating one of the essential questions in their social science class. The question has something to do with Brown versus Board of Education and understanding how that historical legislation still has effects and impacts on what happens today in education. And just to hear our young people leading their own discussions, sharing text evidence from primary sources, understand the difference between a primary source, a secondary source, what's credible, what's not credible as they are debating their claims, was just really a powerful moment to see how passionate they're becoming about current events and understanding how, as even a fourth grader, they have a role and responsibility to pay it forward and what their civic duty is.
I think the biggest benefit of using Skyline for my students is that they have access to a rigorous curriculum, and it definitely hits those Common Core standards. And you won't see this in every textbook. You won't see this productive struggle. You'll see a lot of examples of the same problem over and over again using different numbers, and that's not what Skyline Math is doing at all. It's asking students to really think deeply about what is math and how do you use it in the real world. And I think students connect with that more than if they just are shown a bunch of numbers.
Well, for social science, Skyline offers the lesson slides. The curriculum is already made. The essential questions have been created. The lesson questions, rubrics for assessment, actual individualized assessments already made. The scope and sequence is already created for the teacher. So having these resources, even if you have to front load, you can be more intentional with your front loading, reducing the amount of time of planning, which in turn allows for me to relax and stay energized and have that energy for Monday.
What it has really meant to my students to engage in a curriculum culturally relevant and has so many connections to Chicago, the curriculum really represents who they are. And I think that that is the biggest advantage for the students. Just for example, my 8th graders, being introduced to poetry by analyzing lyrics from Sunday Candy, Chance the Rapper, with all of these nuances in this song to Chicago that they can identify with. When I tell you the kids got so excited, they got so excited. And then just to have discussions about looking at sights, sounds and smells of their community. That was something they really, really, really got into. I have not experienced a curriculum in all of my years of teaching that has really done that.
The great thing about Skyline is that the materials are there for you to use how you see fit for your students. We are the experts in the classroom and we know our kids best. So to think of Skyline as a step-by-step, you have to do it this way, we might as well get a Basil textbook, or we might as well just run another curriculum program. That's not what Skyline was designed for. It was to give us all the materials that we need so that we can make the decisions that are best for our kids. So really make it your own and add your teacher magic to it.
Skyline is a freely available resource for all of our teachers and students. We invite you to join us and peers across the city in a community of CPS educators who will shape the future of Skyline. Together, we can ensure that our resources, platforms, and supports expand and improve each year. This is just the beginning, and we look forward to working with you.